All right, it started.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Hi, Martha. True testimony to how much we love you is that we're doing this during the Packers game. Okay, so first of all, here's what I mean by the knots. So these are, first of all, the canvas is way too large for Mike Fisher. This was meant for a very large person, so I measured it out. I only had to start here. And the first 2 inches are always covered by the leather. So when I started to make the flies, I started with the darkest color first, and this is what I mean by the knots. So I knotted it in the front, and I went to the back and brought it to the first spot, stitch, and kept carrying it over. I kept a pretty long thread till here, and then I had to start another black one. So I ended it here. Once I finished that, I pulled it over, 3/4 of an inch and knotted it. Then I started another black and continued on. And I did that with all of the other colors. Now, fortunately, white, which is the color you would do last, was also the most prominent color, so I was able to use the white threads, I don't know if you can really see this, to begin to capture some of the loose threads and secure them. Okay, so that's neither here nor there. I'll show you the blanket stitch now, or basket weave stitch. So I have figured out that I need to start this belt somewhere around here. It's not the most exact science. Let me switch seats so Dad can get this, okay? So I'm going in at my top right-hand corner. It's always California to New York. I don't knot this because I'm going to have so much going on. I'm going to be able to work this in. So I just hold it here. I do 1 stitch. Whoops, am I getting in it? Up. Then I do another stitch next to it. Okay? Are you getting that? Those 2 stitches? Okay, now you're going to go a stitch down. Whoops, sorry I dropped the needle. God, you're going to be bored to tears watching this. Don't show this to the kids or put it on YouTube. Okay, so now I'm going to go down, and in fact, I'm going to use that to start to capture this thread here. And I'll do 1 down, 2 down. So now I've got 3 stitches going north to south. Now I'm going to start to work back. So I'm going to go in here. Are you getting that? And then I'm going to diagonally go back up to the top again. Always California to New York. So, as you can see, now we have 6 stitches in a triangle. And we're going to keep that triangle motif going. To do that, obviously, you have to go over and do a 4th stitch across the top row. And then work your way down diagonally. So you're stepping down. Again. Stepping down. And now I'm at my edge again, and I'm going to use that to capture that thread. So now again, as you can see, I've completed a triangle. 4 stitches across, 4 stitches down. Now I'm going to work my way back up. To do that, I have to put another stitch in the north-south, the vertical plane. And when I go in, I don't know if you can see this. When I go in, I'm going to try to capture that thread so that it's locking in with each stitch. I'm going to work back up.
You're coming up on 5 minutes.
Oh, shush now. So I'm going to show you the back now, and you'll see why it looks like a basket weave. You're making me nervous. Look, you just made me knot everything. All right, wait a minute. Here we go. So I don't know. This isn't very clear yet because somebody isn't very patient, but the back sort of looks like a basket weave. And that's what you're going to keep doing. So you're going to do your 5th stitch here and then work down, then another down, then up, then over, then down, then up. I stitch over everything. Unless your pattern, unless your Irishman or whatever is so huge, just go right over it and pull that thread over and keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going as much as you can, because that keeps the canvas straight. I hope that helped. Okay, go Packers!